What if the common habit of drinking water first thing in the morning wasn't always as healthy as it seems? It's not the water itself that's the problem, but how, when, and in what condition we consume it. Paired with the wrong routines, that simple glass of water can lead to anything from queasiness to subtle, long-term strain on your organs. Morning hydration is often praised as a universal good, yet few talk about the risks when it's approached without care. This is especially relevant for older adults whose systems are more sensitive and less resilient. Organs like the kidneys, the heart, and the digestive tract rely on rhythm, balance, and proper timing. When you first wake up, your body is transitioning. Hormone levels are shifting, blood pressure is recalibrating, and electrolyte levels are at a low point. If you suddenly flood this delicate system, even with something as essential as water, your body might quietly protest. Symptoms can be as clear as dizziness or as vague as a lingering unease. Many don't realize the cause, but once you understand what's happening, the connection becomes obvious. In this video, we're going to explore 5 mistakes that can turn morning hydration from a healthy ritual into a silent risk. Each one highlights a small oversight that many people make without even realizing it, and the final point may completely reshape the way you approach your mornings. If your goal is to support smooth digestion, a steady heartbeat, and clear mental focus, then this is a conversation you don't want to miss. Let's begin. Mistake number 1. Drinking ice-cold water on an empty stomach. While it might feel like a bracing start to your day, introducing freezing cold water into your body right after waking can create a physiological shock. After a full night's rest, your body operates in a calm, slower rhythm. Your digestive system is quiet, blood vessels are slightly tightened, and internal temperatures are just starting to rise. Suddenly, flushing your system with cold water is like revving a cold engine. It can interrupt digestion, tighten your stomach muscles, and restrict blood flow at a moment when your body is trying to open up and reawaken. The water itself isn't harmful, but the extreme temperature demands extra energy to stabilize your core. Younger bodies might absorb that impact without issue, but for older adults with less metabolic flexibility, this added stress can be a problem. Some people notice a headache, lightheadedness, or a strange chill that lingers behind the chest. These aren't signs of refreshment, they're signs of resistance. Take a Leiliner, for example, a 76-year-old who began every day with a tall glass of cold water straight from the fridge. She liked the feeling of alertness it gave her, but over time she began to notice unsettling patterns, stomach cramps, cold hands, and sluggish digestion that lasted through the morning. After a conversation with her doctor, she agreed to try switching to room temperature water. The result was immediate. Her stomach settled, her hands stopped trembling, and she moved through her mornings with more ease and less discomfort. A lot of the discomfort we associate with aging may actually stem from daily habits that no longer serve us. What once felt invigorating can become irritating to a body that's asking for gentler care. Cold water might have been fine in your 20s, but in your 70s, it might be quietly making your mornings harder. If your daily routine begins with a jolt that doesn't sit right, it might be time to slow things down. Reach for water that's closer to your body's own temperature. Give your internal systems the chance to ease into the day. After all they've done for you, they deserve that bit of consideration. Number 2. Drinking too fast or in large gulps. There's something satisfying about taking a big drink, especially when you're thirsty. But drinking water too fast, especially in the first few minutes after waking, can throw your whole system off balance. When your body is still transitioning from sleep to wakefulness, every system is a little more sensitive. Your stomach lining is unprepared. Your heart rate is adjusting, and your blood pressure is recalibrating. Chugging down a full glass of water in one go, even if it's room temperature, can trigger bloating, dizziness, and in some cases, even nausea, or a lightheaded feeling that seems to come out of nowhere. You see, when you drink too quickly, your body doesn't have time to process that sudden intake. The kidneys jump into overdrive. Your electrolyte balance shifts, and the stomach expands suddenly, and that can cause discomfort, gas, or even triggering acid reflux in people who are prone to it. Seniors, in particular, need to be mindful here because fluid regulation becomes more delicate with age. What might feel like efficiency, getting hydration over with, can actually set off a chain of reactions that leave you feeling worse instead of better. Let's talk about Walter, a 72-year-old former coach who treated hydration like a discipline. He had a morning routine he never missed. Wake up, stretch, and finish a full bottle of water before his feet hit the floor. But over time, he noticed he'd feel strangely dizzy some mornings. He couldn't understand it. He wasn't skipping meals, and he wasn't dehydrated. But when he explained his routine to his doctor, they realized the problem. He was flooding his body before it had time to stabilize. With a small change, sipping his water slowly over 15 to 20 minutes, his symptoms disappeared. There's a rhythm to hydration, and honoring that rhythm, especially first thing in the morning, can make all the difference. Sipping slowly helps your body absorb water more efficiently, reduces the strain on your kidneys, and prevents the sudden drop in electrolyte concentration that can make you feel weak or jittery. So, instead of rushing through your morning glass, treat it like a ritual. Sit up, breathe, sip gently, and let your body receive instead of react. A few extra minutes can save you a whole day of discomfort. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 3, using plastic bottles that sit out overnight. Sometimes the issue isn't what's in your water, it's what your water is sitting in. Many people keep a plastic water bottle by their bed, thinking it's a convenient way to stay hydrated first thing in the morning. But when that bottle sits out for hours, especially in a warm room or near a source of heat like a lamp, it can begin to release chemicals into the very water you plan to drink. One of the biggest concerns is BPA, a chemical often found in older or lower-grade plastics. And while many bottles now boast a BPA-free label, that doesn't mean they're automatically safe. Replacement chemicals can behave in similar disruptive ways when exposed to heat or time. These compounds fall into a category known as endocrine disruptors, meaning they can mimic or interfere with natural hormones in your body. That's no small issue, especially for older adults managing sensitive systems like blood sugar, blood pressure, or thyroid function. The impact isn't immediate, but over time, subtle shifts, like unexplained fatigue, digestive issues, or mood changes, can begin to surface, and few think to link those symptoms to the water bottle on the nightstand. Take Stanley, a 78-year-old who always made sure to start his mornings well hydrated. He reused the same store-bought plastic bottle, topping it off with tap water each night and leaving it by the bed. That bottle sat next to a glowing bedside lamp and often caught the morning sun. Over time, Stanley began to deal with headaches, bloating, and an overall sluggishness that didn't align with his medication or eating habits. It wasn't until he had a conversation with his nutritionist and did a little digging that he made the connection. He swapped out his plastic bottle for a stainless steel thermos and stopped leaving water out overnight. Within just a few weeks, the change in his energy was noticeable, and for the first time in a long while, his mornings felt steady and clear again. It's easy to overlook small exposures like these, especially when the danger isn't obvious. But as we age, the body becomes less forgiving. The liver has to work harder, the hormonal system becomes more delicate, and even small chemical exposures can tip the balance. If you've been relying on soft plastic bottles or reusing containers that weren't meant to last, this might be the moment to rethink that routine. Choose glass, stainless steel, or simply pour fresh water each morning. It's a small habit, but small habits often shape the foundation of our health and peace of mind. Number 4, drinking water on a very full or very empty stomach after certain medications. Mornings are delicate. That's when your body is trying to find its rhythm again, especially after a night of fasting. For many older adults, mornings also mean medications, blood pressure pills, thyroid tablets, pain relievers. These tiny capsules carry enormous responsibilities. But here's what most people don't realize. The way you take those medications, especially in relation to water and food, can change everything. Drinking plain water on a very empty stomach right after taking certain meds can lead to nausea, stomach discomfort, and in some cases, reduced effectiveness of the medication itself. Some pills are designed to be taken with food. Others need to be taken on an empty stomach, but not followed by large amounts of water. Still, others react poorly with acidity levels that are heightened or lowered by what and how you drink. Your digestive system isn't just a passive pipe, it's a sensitive balance of enzymes, fluids, and timing. Flooding it with water, especially if your stomach is empty or if you're coming off a large meal, can interfere with absorption. That means you might not be getting the full benefit of the medication, or worse, it might irritate your stomach lining without you even knowing why. Let's look at Margaret, an 80-year-old who began experiencing morning nausea that didn't seem tied to anything she ate. Her blood work was fine and her meals were consistent. But every morning, 30 minutes after taking her thyroid medication with a big glass of water, she felt queasy and unsettled. Her doctor discovered that not only was she drinking too much too fast on an empty stomach, but she was also failing to give her stomach time to adjust before eating. By changing to a smaller sip of water with her pill, and then waiting 45 minutes before breakfast, the nausea disappeared completely. Better yet, her next blood test showed her medication was working more efficiently. It's easy to overlook how sensitive the stomach is first thing in the morning, especially when you've taken the same medication for years. But our bodies change. Our responses shift, and when we start our day by listening instead of assuming, we give ourselves the chance to adjust before problems take root. So, if you've been waking up queasy or if your meds seem less effective than they used to be, take a closer look at what you're drinking and when. Your drinking and how much it might be a simple fix with a big impact. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 5. Skipping breakfast and replacing it with water alone. It sounds healthy and disciplined. Some folks wake up, drink a big glass of water, and decide to skip breakfast altogether, thinking they're doing their body a favor. But especially for seniors, this habit can quietly drain your energy, lower your blood sugar, and start the day on a deficit that's hard to recover from. Water is essential, but water alone, without food to stabilize your system, can leave you lightheaded, irritable, and mentally foggy, sometimes without you even realizing the connection. When you wake up, your body is in a fasting state. Your glucose levels are low, your brain needs fuel, and your muscles are waiting for nutrients. Drinking water helps jumpstart circulation and rehydrate cells, yes, but it doesn't provide the carbohydrates or protein your brain and body require to operate properly. And if you follow that water with coffee, the effects can intensify. Suddenly, you've stimulated your system without grounding it. You may feel jittery, anxious, or emotionally flat by mid-morning, and it becomes easy to mistake those symptoms for age, stress, or sleep problems when they're really just nutritional signals. Let's talk about Alice, a 69-year-old who tried to simplify her mornings. She read that water boosts metabolism and that intermittent fasting was all the rage, so she stopped eating breakfast and just drank water until noon. At first, she lost a little weight, but then the fatigue set in. Her mood dipped and she became more forgetful. Her daughter noticed she was repeating herself in conversations. A visit to her doctor revealed no major medical issue, just a lack of steady glucose intake in the morning. Once she added a small protein-rich breakfast to her routine, like eggs and fruit or oatmeal and nuts, her energy returned, her focus sharpened, and she started feeling like herself again. Skipping breakfast might sound harmless, even admirable, But for an aging body, especially one that's already managing medication or hormone changes, it's risky. Think of food in the morning like kindling in a fire. Without it, the flame flickers. With it, you burn steady and strong. Water plays its role, but it can't do the job alone. So, if you've been starting your day with only water, thinking less is more, this might be the adjustment that changes everything. Give your body both hydration and nourishment. That's how you wake up fully, inside and out. Final thoughts. Your morning routine is more than just a habit. It's a foundation. It shapes how you feel, how you think, and how you move through the day. And while the advice to drink water first thing in the morning is popular and often beneficial, it isn't universally perfect. Like anything in health, it comes down to the details. Water supports the body best when it's given with intention. When we rush it, overdo it, or ignore the signals our body sends, something simple and healthy can start to work against us, especially with time and age. What once felt invigorating can begin to feel disruptive. What once went unnoticed now deserves more consideration. But this isn't about alarm. It's about being more tuned in. It's about adjusting to the body you live in now, not the one you lived in years ago. Maybe that means slowing down, taking smaller sips, warming your water a little, or having a light bite to eat before your first drink. Maybe it means finally saying goodbye to that old plastic bottle you've been meaning to replace. These aren't major lifestyle overhauls. They're small, mindful steps, subtle shifts that prioritize your comfort, your clarity, and your long-term health. And the fact that you've taken the time to reflect on these things says a lot. It means you're still listening to your body, still learning, still evolving. That mindset? That's powerful. It gives you an edge, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. So take what you've learned today and carry it into tomorrow. Approach your morning with awareness instead of autopilot. Your body will notice the difference. Thanks for spending time with us. We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment and share one insight that stood out to you and how you might apply it in your own life. Your reflections matter, and we truly enjoy reading them. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit. Your support keeps this channel going and helps us bring more content designed to inform, support, and inspire. Until next time, take care and be kind to yourself.